So good afternoon to all our listeners. And today, CAAT projects that I represent, I'm Andrea, and also a member here at the OT301. I have the pleasure to present you my two guests. They have created this beautiful book, Alle dagen, and is a graphic novel that tells a very important story about someone that came to ask for asylum and ends up more than a year in the detention Schiphol center. And with me I have B.Carrot, the one that put all this together and did these amazing drawings, and also the person that tells his story very bravely, Saied. So welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
And before I pass the word to them, because it will be much more interesting than listen to me, just to let you know how this is going to happen, we have a small talk about the book, how it came into this final product, and the last 20 minutes will be for your questions. So if you are seeing us for the Facebook live streams, please write your questions there in the comments and I will read it. I have my computer here with me. In case you are responsible and you don't use Facebook, then you can send me an email. And you can send me an email to caatprojects@gmail.com. And CAAT is with two A's. It's Creating Alternatives and Arts Together. So it's CAAT projects@gmail.com. Yeah, so if you have any doubts, just try to contact us and we'll figure that out. And now very happy to pass the words to B.Carrot.
Thank you, and thank you for having us here today. So I'm B.Carrot. I was born and raised in Jerusalem and moved to the Netherlands in 2006 and stayed. And have been active in the No Borders movement and for fighting for freedom of movement and also the feminist issues for some time. And I write and draw comics and graphic novels. And Alle dagen is my debut official graphic novel. Yeah. And here we have Saied to introduce himself.
Thanks for having us. My name is Saied, and I'm from Egypt, and I came because of the military coup in 2013. Yeah. And for the friends who's listening, no difficult question, please.
We will see.
You can handle it.
So maybe the best is to start by the beginning. So how did you meet?
Do you want to say something about for the people who are watching it on video? Because we are here visible. We just wanted to say that for privacy reasons, Saied is out of the picture, but he's really in the same space as us. And
I'm here.
Yeah. And he's our star. He's the one that was brave enough to share his story with us.
Yeah. So how did we meet?
Yeah, it's a long story. I will try to make it short. A friend of B.Carrot was visiting me in the detention in Schiphol. In the 1 year I was there. And after that, when I was out, I met her at his house. You live in the same house. So, and we talk, and she was really interesting in writing something about detention and about migration. And when I told her my story, and we start working in this book, I thought it will finish in 1 year or something, but but finally we have it. It's really a nice book, and if you want to know and to understand what happens with people who ask for asylum when they come at the airport or something, you can read the book. And I will give you a small we have only 1 hour, so I will give you a bit of information from the book.
True. Nothing like buying the book and being able to read. He also has a very interesting title, isn't it? Yeah. So, Alle dagen. The book is in Dutch, but it's good for the ones like me that are trying to learn Dutch. And I hope that the English version will come soon. But this in English will be translated like Everyday Onion, isn't it?
I think we will try also to maybe a different name or something. But I think this name is really attracting, and people ask why this name, and it have a big meaning in Arabic. It means, everyday onion. It's but we have how you call it? Like we have saying in Arabic that say yom asal, yom basal. So it means 1 day honey, 1 day onion. But this year it was all onion. Like you cry. So one day honey, like enjoying and having fun, and but all this year inside the detention without doing anything, like a criminal. It was every day onion, crying and stress, and yeah. That's why we name it like this, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to say
Yeah,
something?
and yeah, indeed, people find it to be a curious name, but it also explains itself later in the book and becomes clear to the reader. I wanted to add to how we met because I think it's quite a special story. So I was also a part of this autonomous visiting group that would visit undocumented people who were detained at Schiphol Detention Center. And for a while, I went to study comics and couldn't visit people. And when I came back, this friend indeed said, "Oh, I'm visiting this man, very interesting, and you two should meet." But I didn't even get a chance to go and visit him because they released him.
Very fast.
It's so fast. And the day of Said's release, the first place that he was taken to was our house. So we met on this very surreal situation. But yeah, we started talking and came to work on this book.
Yeah, and all the time when I was inside, I told the people who work inside that I will write what they are doing inside, and I will write about it. I will not keep silent. I will tell everyone that, and also about what happened in Egypt, because a lot of like people doesn't know what's going on in Egypt, and I have to say it. And why I'm here today is not because I want to just come to Europe or anything, but it's because of the military coup, what happened in Egypt, and like all the Europe and all big countries keep silent about it and leave it, and also support the military in Egypt. It's stupid, and I have to like that was two goals from this book, to say what happened inside and what happened in Egypt.
Yeah, I think the common narrative of the asylum seeker coming to Europe is anyway very tainted, but whenever I share with people and say, "Oh, it's the story of this man, he came from Egypt," they all say, "Egypt? Why would you..."
It's a safe country.
Exactly. Why would you want to need to escape Egypt? So this is also a part of it.
It's a safe country where they kill more than 3,000 people in 1 hour. It's a safe country where they keep more than 100,000 people in prison. It's a safe country where they give this sentence for more than 3,000 people every year. It's a safe country. How come they can say it's a safe country? It's unbelievable. And all the Amnesty, Human Rights Watch, everyone keeps saying this is a big disaster what's happening in Egypt, and it will affect Europe. And I don't understand why they keep silent about it. Because it will explode in Egypt. It will not stay like this. The military cannot control it like this. People will go and explode, and it will be worse than what happened in Libya and what happened in Egypt. In 2011, it was peaceful revolution, but the next one, it's not going to be peaceful at all. So I hope they stop supporting the regime and the military there, to not go to this big disaster and a lot of killing and a lot of people trying to leave the country. Like Syria, like it's only 40 million or something, and see the big disaster in Europe about the Syrian people who's coming, and how all European people saying, "Oh, we cannot keep the Syrian people here." Believe me, if you keep support the military regime in Egypt, we are 110 million. And believe me, all of them want to leave the country.
Very complex situations, and it seems that we never learn, right? We just keep on doing the same mistakes over and over. And like what B.Carrot was saying, we have a lot of dehumanizing narratives as well. Saying that the people that come for asylum are just here because they are economic migrants or something like that. And people have no idea, and no one leaves their country and the things that they have built and their families behind if it's not really important.
What's the word in Dutch? They go geluk See,
Gelukzoeker.
yeah, gelukzoeker. What? Stupid. Yeah.
Yeah,
What gelukzoeker?
Gelukzoeker.
You leave your country,
Looking
you leave
for-
your people, you leave your family behind you, you leave everything. It's just, I don't know. We have to change this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. And that's why we are here.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for being here.
Welcome.
And maybe you can just explain us a little bit from the process of creating this graphic novel, how
Yeah.
it was for
Think,
you as well.
Yes, as Saied mentioned, it's a very long process, especially when working together with someone. So the first step was having interviews and talks with each other, so I could gather as much information as possible. I also did research for visual documentation to work with. And the next step was turning that all into a narrative that can be read and understood in one book. So the reader also can relate to the characters, working on dialogues, etc., etc. But it's also a visual medium. So that also, it takes a lot of sketching and resketching and building a scene and unbuilding it again, and eventually sitting for months on end just drawing every day. But it was a very interesting process to collaborate in this way, because after I had, 10, 20 pages of scenario, let's say, or like storyboard finished, Saied would come over and we would look at it together, and I would get some feedback and some information, or his opinion on, this feels like what it felt like inside, or rather, it didn't really happen like this, maybe we should change it, etc. So it was, in that sense, very collaborative and interesting, and emotional also. And at the end, I have to make to clarify, it is everything that is described in the book happened. It's all true, but it's not a documentary book. It's a, let's say, fiction book that is based on all of these true events, one-to-one. But for example, a lot of people ask, there's a character in the book that comes to visit Saied inside, like this friend of ours did and other people did. And some people say, but who is this person? But it's not a single person, because you can testify some people came to visit. And that was a decision to make sure that the book is read and understood as a story, as a book, to take all these characters and put them into one. So the visitor is actually representing a whole group of people, but it would have been too complicated to put them all in there.
Yeah.
And how it was for you, Saied, doing the book?
Yeah,
or the
for
process?
me, doing the book, it was very, very important, and it was also emotional. Every time that I see the drawing, I get inside again, and I see things, and I remember things that happen inside, and why at the first point that I'm here, it was really emotional, but it was very important that even if it's heavy for me, I insist, no, I will continue. We have to make it perfect, that people can read it and share it, and it has to be out. And it's really, really important for me to change this. It's really not fair what happened to people. Like, you just come at the airport and they take you and they say, I have my passport, I have everything. Like, okay, come to a place where you can eat and sleep and until we do your process, and you end up in prison. It's stupid. And if you tell any Dutch person, like a lot of people, believe me, in the beginning, anyone who asks me how long you are here, and I tell them, okay, if I remove this year, then I am few months. If I add it, then I am 1.5 years or something, or 1 year and few months. Why? Because I was in prison. What did you do? I did nothing. No, that's not true. We don't do this here in Europe. We don't keep people in prison for nothing. That's why I also really insist now to keep talking and telling people. And please, who's listening, I know a lot of them of our friends. We want more people to be aware of this.
Asking for asylum is definitely not a crime.
No,
Is under protection.
coming
all.
to
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
And
true.
you were not detained for one day, right?
No, I don't know, but I was one of the longest people who stayed there. Like in my time, I was the longest. 1 year and like almost 2 months or something. Yeah, I was the longest.
But a lot of other people, at least from my experiences of visiting people at detention, it was not strange for people to be there 6 months, 8 months.
6 months is is okay. 9 months, 6 months, 8 months, 9 months. It's normal. 6 months is like mostly the common thing. Like after 6 months, but the thing is also they arrest people from the street in the Netherlands and they put them inside. And now, if you know, and like the Schiphol detention closed because it cost too much for the government. And now the prison in Rotterdam, it's in quarantine because 5 people affected with corona and 140 people are everyone locked in his room because of corona. I don't know why do you keep them in prison? Why? You cannot send them back. It's not safe for them. It's not safe for them to go back. It's not possible for you to deport them. This DTV department, like deporting people, you cannot deport them. Why you keep them? Leave them. Leave them or give them permission or do something. Why do you keep them in this stupid time? The very difficult time with corona. Everyone's scared. Everyone is worried. And you keep people inside. Also, everyone think, oh, I will get corona. 5 people already infected. And it's just so stupid. And who can, if I talk to someone, they say, it's the system. What is the system? Who's running this? Who can stop it? I don't know. I want to know who can stop this stupid detention for people who did nothing. It costs money for the government. It's people. You are paying tax to keep people in prison without any crime or without anything. Say something. Say no. Ask government. Ask your local government to stop this stupid detention for undocumented people. Sorry, I get
No, it's good. It's good.
Yeah, there is a lot of nonsense in this. And indeed, the most expensive thing for a government is these closed institutions. Yeah. So instead of using this money to make it a faster process of situations or invest on the quality and the dignity of people, we are just investing it to make something that indeed makes no sense because you are arrested and then you are released and then and then you are arrested again eventually and just makes no sense.
I know people who got arrested 9 times and 10 times. Like people live in the Netherlands for 9 or 10 years and every year they get arrested. They go and like a friend from Somalia, he go inside 9 times. You cannot deport him. Why do you arrest him? Why do you keep him in detention? Why don't you give him a normal life? Why you break people? Why you break people? Why you... People who work in detention also are very stupid. Not all of them, but a lot of them, a big number of them. They enjoy watching people breaking. They enjoy watching people crying. It's so stupid. It's insane. Close it.
Yeah. I wanted to clarify a couple of things. One is that when we say people are being arrested and put there and then released, it doesn't mean that they're released with any right or with their process being...
throwing them on the street.
They're being released back into illegality. Yeah. That's one thing. And the other thing is you mentioned the DTMV. And that is
the most stupid organization in the Netherlands, and they keep saying it's different than IND, but it is not.
No,
it's worse.
But the DTMV, it stands for Dienst, Terugkeer en Vertrek, and their sole purpose is finding any possible way in their what's available to them to deport people, even if it's not back to their own country, so to speak, but. To any country that will have them just to get them out of here, out of this sacred Europe with all its resources and all its richness. And
we help you in your future. This is their secret word. Yeah, come, we talk to you to help you to work on your future.
The future plan is deportation
Yeah.
in there.
So it's very manipulative as well,
it's-
and and
it's
very
insane.
dehumanizing.
I really
as well.
hate these people. If you think you're a human, don't work in this organization. If you think you're a human being, don't work with DTMV.
Strong words.
It was strong words. I think we should leave it now here for one song that you
Go
have
for that.
chosen.
Yeah,
Saied, you
I
want to
choose
tell
one
us?
song, a very famous song, against the military coup in Egypt. I think the people will like it. I hope so. It's a little loud in the beginning, but maybe you will like the music.
So a little song, and then we keep on with our conversation just in a few minutes.
Yeah. I hope you like it.
So for the ones just tuned now, we are having a very heavy, important, and emotional talk with B.Carrot and with Saied, that are responsible for this book. And Saied just shared one of the songs with us. If you want to say again why you shared this song.
That song was made after the military coup in Egypt, what happened in 2013, to be against it. It's insane. After the only president who was elected democratically in Egypt after the revolution in 2011, the President Mohamed Morsi, he only ruled the country for 1 year, and the military take him down and keep him in prison till he died last year in prison without any reason, and the whole world was silent about it. Till now, more than 100,000 people in prison, because they only say we want normal life, normal government, not a military government, not stealing all the sources of Egyptian. Only few people take all the source in Egypt. Only the military, 24 people or more, maybe 30 people, control the whole country, 110 million. And the only one time when they chose someone to rule them, the military didn't give them the chance. And they killed 3,000 people in 1 hour in Rabaa Square. Until now, they keep killing people. Every day people die. Every day people die in prison. Every day they do the death sentence for a lot of people. Last month, they killed 9 people in 1 day. So that song is very emotional also for me. يسقط حكم العسكر.
Yeah, what does it say? Is it listen?
It's down the military coup.
Oh yeah. Clear.
Just a reminder for the ones listen to us. So I have my computer here and I'm just checking. Please keep on sharing your likes, but also your message. And if you prefer to send us an email with some questions that I will ask in a little bit, please do it for caatprojects@gmail.com. So keeping on our conversation, and since we have this beautiful book that is a graphic novel, why a graphical novel?
I think Annette can say hello.
Why a graphic novel? Well, apart from my big passion for the medium and the fact that this is what I do, I think it has I'm a strong believer in the power it has of comics or graphic narrative, where it has a very cinematic aspect to it. So you can tell stories in a very cinematic way. You tell story in images. But unlike a movie, the reader has the opportunity to look back, to stop, to take the time to focus on a certain image or a certain moment. And that's something you can play with in a very interesting way in comics. There's also the layered aspect of you have a text that can give you one layer of the story, and the actual expression in lines and colors in the images, which can also give a lot of emotional effect and atmosphere. And I think especially for an engaged political story and a critical political story, it's a very effective medium because often people don't like to be confronted with difficult topics, with the truth. They don't, if it's a photo, if it's bloody, if it's very violent or confronting, people look away. The moment you give them a kind of pretty picture to look at, it's kind of harmless, it's maybe looks a bit naive, and they are more open to getting into the story, giving it a chance. And also, I believe, are more open to accepting certain ideas given to them through this medium. So I'm a big believer in it. Also, all my work is political in one way or another. And the fact that we met, kind of, I don't think Saied had this per se in his mind, but the moment we started talking about the possibility of creating a graphic novel,
Yeah.
I think
He
was sold.
It's perfect. I think it really touched the people who see the book, and it's otherwise if I only wrote it in words, it will be a really heavy, and I don't know if people will like to read it or it will really reach and give the message. But in the graphic it really touch, and I hear from a lot of people that they really see it and they like the drawing, they understand what happened inside. I think it touched more. I think it's the perfect way to give the message and the story, I think so.
It also gives, I think, because of the history of comics and cartooning, it also gives possibilities for a bit of humor, a bit of lightheartedness in some moments. It's not a humorous story,
No.
but once in a while to have
But
a character.
We try.
We always try. What does they say? Laughter
Yeah.
is medicine.
Yeah.
But just the way you portray a character, how they move, it can have some sort of comical effect, and I think that can also help a reader move through the story with more ease.
Yeah, I think there's some funny things in the book. It's not only heavy things. You can see some funny things.
Funny, sad.
Yeah, and I would like to reinforce that is really an emotional, very emotional story, as we can see it as well from here, and it's definitely not easy as well.
No, it's not easy for me when I talk about it. It's not because I cannot forget what happened to me, to my family till now. My life totally destroyed, and I have to start again here in a country that I never think that I will be living it. Maybe I will visit, but not living it. I travel to a lot of countries in the world. I have my own life, my own business things, and at one day the life can really change from. So that's why it's a bit emotional for me when I hear these songs, when I talk about the book, when I talk about what happened in Egypt. It's a bit emotional. So yeah.
And even if it's a sad story, and even if it's about onion,
Yeah.
maybe you could share with us right now some little small story that maybe is not so bad.
Onion.
Yeah,
So
maybe.
onion.
Yeah,
Bit of
maybe,
honey.
a little bit more honey, a little bit less onion.
I
If you
don't
have
know,
something to share with us,
Yeah, that's not easy. Yeah?
not easy.
I ask you from the beginning. No difficult question.
Okay.
But it's okay.
So then, okay. So I did not ask.
Yeah, inside there was also good people who work in the detention who try, after they find out that I'm not, I'm not that easy person that I just follow the rules or follow stupid rules inside, and I fight for my rights inside. Some of them start trying to be friend with me, try to play with me, try to come to talk to me, try to, there was good moments there. I play table tennis and I beat this fat guy who think that he's the best. I hope he's listening now. He always try to be funny in a stupid way, but it's okay. But there was also small, there was really nice moments, I don't know, you feel that you're a bit human when this bezoek group come. There is this small group from people who visit detention every 2 weeks. Very, very good people who try to talk to people, hear the story, treat people who is in detention like a human being, and take them out of this whole stupid system and give you the feeling. They come, they sit with you, they make some food, and they talk, they listen. They can do nothing, but at least they treat you like a human being, not like the people who's inside. Only walk with the key, and when the time come to 9 o'clock, hey, go inside, we will lock you and go home. And some of them very stupid that they think it's funny, they think it's a joke. But you break people. Go into this cell, I will lock you, and I will go. I have party tonight, or I'm going to go out with my family, and and they don't think about us at all. So there was also good moment with this visit group who, This is, I
The
think.
only-
Yeah.
This is your
What
honey.
else? The one of the nice moment also when the director of the whole detention come to me and say, Said, I want to give you something, but it's special for you. I will let you do Skype on my office, but it's only for you. That was also a nice moment for me, that because I fight for it. But when he said this, I said, no, it's for everyone or not. I don't want something for me. I'm not fighting for myself. I'm fighting for everyone here. You know, this was also a good moment for me. Yeah. I'm
Maybe
talking too
just-
much, so you
No,
should
you're
stop
not-
me, Andrea.
No.
No,
I
I
just
will not
Okay.
stop.
I realized that I didn't say something very, very important,
Yeah.
which is how inspiring I found Said's story to be the moment that we started talking about it, because it definitely shows the problematic situation in foreign detention. But Said as a person is also, as he just said, it's very important for him to fight for his rights and the rights of people around him, and not keep his mouth
Right.
shut, and
It gives me a lot of troubles. But I
gives
fight.
him a lot of trouble, but is also very unique and very important to have people like this inside and outside. It's also not common to hear people that have been in foreign detention speak about it publicly.
Yeah.
So
True.
yeah, and
I
this
was
is also-
elected. I was elected inside to talk in the name of. Yeah, really. I'm not joking. It's not a joke. Huh?
Yeah.
I was like
I
people
believe.
come to my room to ask, like, these guards sit in their office and enjoy, and if you want to go to walk or to smoke or something, you have to ask these guards and tell them, please, I want to go outside. So if they are stupid, they say, okay, later, it's not your time now, and people are scared and people cannot say anything against these people. Some of them start coming to my room and say, Said, they are not allowing us to go outside. And I go to these guards and I say, hey, they want to go outside. Why don't you open the door for them? Oh, okay, I will open for them. No, sorry. It was stupid things, like, because they know the people doesn't know any rules, any information, because also undocumented people in detention, they have the right to be on the fresh air the whole day. But the guards make rules, it's only 1 hour. And like, as it's mentioned in the book, that once, after a few days when I arrived, I got the house rules, and from there I know all the information. But guards use it against the people who doesn't read or doesn't understand things.
yeah, so you became a kind of representative
Yeah.
for the other people.
Then
inside.
they fight with me. They say, why you are talking in their names? And I said, okay. They said, you are not allowed. I said, okay, I will make an voting or something that people choose me or choose anyone to talk in their name. And I was chosen, and they put this special paper on my door that anyone want to ask things or want to do something can ask me, and I go talk for them.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Well, I guess this is also very important, because before we were talking that the system is nonsense and
No.
does a lot of things,
Yeah.
but I still believe that this is not by chance, right? I mean,
No, it's not by chance.
Yeah,
It's
the whole
really,
system, yeah.
like they made it also. If you talk to anyone, he say, no, I'm not responsible. It's a system. If you talk to anyone, if you talk to someone from the IND, he say, I'm not responsible. If you talk to DTMV, he say, I'm not responsible. If you talk to the director of the prison itself, I'm not responsible. Who's responsible? Who put me here for 1 year? Who's putting these people inside for all those years? Who?
And all these smaller little things is really
Yeah.
to break you, and really
Yeah.
also not to inform
Yeah.
you about your own rights, and also to make you be kind of more, more obeying,
Yeah,
more down.
Yeah. Just listen
So,
to
yeah.
the guard.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you go to isolation.
Yeah. So you indeed need to be very strong to be able as well. to
Very,
fight.
very, very, very strong. I saw a lot of people who like really break and became sick and do stupid things. And yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy. Yeah.
It's prison.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although it's not called prison, it's called detention.
It's prison, and also
center.
you didn't do anything. You know, like criminal people who's staying in prison, they know they did a crime, and they know when they will be released. But these people doesn't know what they like. Why you keep us, and why we are here, and when we will be released. You never know. You never know.
There was also a report at the beginning of the year from the ombudsman about foreign detention and mentioning all the things that are very, very, very wrong about it. Yeah. And one of them was also mentioned that I think it was either the ombudsman or Amnesty.
Ombudsman, yeah.
That defined some of the aspects in there as applying to be under the title of torture. Yeah. For example, this not knowing, this living in constant state of uncertainty and not knowing, it does horrible things to you and to your mental state. But yeah, we have to protect our borders. So
borders.
I think this is a good moment to have another song.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what is
DJ?
the song we're gonna have?
This song. This song is called "Build Your Palace, and we will destroy it later." Yeah. So he's building now 9 new palaces in Egypt, and Egypt has, I think, 12 really huge palace for the
the king or
for the president.
The president, I mean.
Yeah, and we have really like a big ones, and he's building new one for him and for his wife. And this song say, "Build your palace, we will destroy it later."
Nice.
Okay, so let's hear the song.
Okay.
شيد قصورك عالمزارع مين كدينا وعمل ايدينا شيد قصورك عالمزارع مين كدينا وعمل ايدينا وين خمارات جنب المصانع والسجن مطرح الجنينة وين خمارات جنب المصانع والسجن مطرح الجنينة وفلت كلابك في
So welcome back to our last part of this talk that is about this book and the two people responsible for this book. We have already talked a little bit, how did you met, how was the process, what this book is about, and now is the time for your questions. So now please send your questions to the Facebook live event or send it to me. Yeah, we are waiting for it. Or send it to me via email at caatprojects@gmail.com. And while we are still waiting for your questions over here, maybe it would be interesting to come back why this story needs to be told to everyone else here, and maybe what small things could we do to try to support as well that the situation will change and we don't have any more Saieds detained for more than 1 year.
And coming to Europe also.
Yes, that also.
Yeah, I think, of course, the reason to share it is to show the very big problem that we have created through creating the system and locking people up who haven't done anything wrong except for just looking for a better life for themselves, and it's either escaping danger or for any reason whatsoever. Crossing borders should not be a punishable crime.
It's not a crime.
I think specifically for the Dutch situation, a lot of people don't know about foreign detention, and especially because the system has created a very secretive kind of inner world in these detention centers where people are not allowed to go inside. No. People are not allowed to share stories from inside. And I thought it was interesting to break this open in a book and to inform basically people of what they and their government is supporting and creating. Yeah. With the hope for change, of course.
Yeah, I think, the same thing. I will talk about, not the book, but why people come. Because what happened in the past, what you did, like what the big countries colonized and do the stupid things in the past to their countries in Africa or whatever. And that's why you put military people, or you control those countries till today. And it's not military control, but you control it in other way. But that's why people come. Leave people rule themselves. Leave people choose what they want. Leave people in Africa. Till today, France do stupid things in Africa. They didn't stop yet. Till today, in Mali and in a lot of countries, and also they do things in Egypt. They support the military in Egypt. That's why there is a big group of Egyptian now coming from all over the world, like people who live in Gulf or in any country, and their passport was end, and they have to find any country that they can be safe, and they come to here. If you stop supporting military in Egypt, believe me, Egyptian will not come. But if you keep supporting stupid regime in the country and doing stupid things, and you keep your mouth shut about it. I went to the European Parliament many times to talk about this, and every time, like they say something, a press release, but it's not effective. We need to go to a higher step, or we do something different. And about also detention, I was shocked that I heard like this visit group was visiting people really long time ago, like maybe more than 20 years. The detention exists, and now a lot of Dutch people doesn't know it exists. So we have to keep talking. There is a lot of people who are also good and activists and who talk about it and try to help people who live undocumented in Amsterdam and in different cities, but they are few. They are not a lot. We need more people. We need more people to shout about this, to fight this, to say no to this, to be aware of this. Then we can close this detention, and they are human beings. They are not your enemy. They are just normal people. A group of those people, undocumented people, in this pandemic, they are making masks, and they give it for free for also undocumented people like them. In the beginning of March, I think, like, they made 1,000 masks or something, and they give it, and a lot of them help Dutch people, and help Dutch people who cannot go out and buy food or do something. They are just human beings. Give them the chance, and don't break them, and don't kill them with this stupid system. Yeah.
I also think the paradox that we have to untangle ourselves out of as this rich Western entity is the idea that migration is something that is of this time, which is not true. It has always existed, and that it is kind of happening to us in some sort of passive way, as if, as you just mentioned, as if we have nothing to do with the fact that all these people are fleeing their countries because we have no effect on it. You know, we never supported these countries, never colonized these countries, we never added to climate change, which also gets people to leave and look for a better place. But the moment that they come, we push them out because we want to keep it all for ourselves and not share the wealth and not share the resources. Only take.
Well, we're in 2020, and you see what happened in Moria. It's do you believe this? It's insane. I don't know. It's how come all those government like this nice people with suits go and sit in the parliament or in this EU thing and just ignore this, and people still in the same situation till now. We go on street 1 day or 2 days and we demonstrate about it, and some of the politicians come and say something, but nothing changed till now. People still in the shitty situation in Greece. Why?
Yeah, it's really a nonsense.
Yeah, it's there is a lot to be said about a lot of things, and I don't be like I'm not negative. I'm believe me, I'm a positive person. I'm not negative, but it's a lot. What is happening? It's a lot.
And colonization did not stop.
No. And I want to thank all the activists and all the people who's working to help undocumented and to share stories like this and to fight against this stupid system. And I hope one day we are big enough to take it down.
We should do more. Always.
I'm ready to do. I will do anything to give this message, to reach the level that we close detention, and the military leave and stop ruling countries. Do you have questions?
Yes, I have a few questions.
I see it on your face.
So we have a question from Maya. If it is important for you, the authors, to have this book translated to English and other languages.
It is very important for us, and it is something that is on the agenda. It is something that requires different players in the field of publication world, etc. COVID did not help to make this process go quicker, but we're definitely reaching out. People can always find us, but we are definitely interested in this to spread the word, because it's a story about the Netherlands, but it is a story about Europe actually, and it's a story about different countries and how they deal with asylum.
And it was written in English in the beginning, right?
Yeah, it's easier for me to write and translated to Dutch to be available for the Dutch public, and definitely English would be fantastic. Any other language would be amazing.
So maybe it's an invitation, if someone that is seeing us knows something, send me an email and we can organize it to become in English. And we also have another question from another Saied, and it says, Mr. Saied, do you see that the European governments are doing their duty to establish democracy in Egypt? This is a question.
No. They are not at all. They just support the military. They just support the guy who take the first president who was elected, take him down, and they just like close their eyes about what stupid things. He killed like this guy, the journalist from or the activist from Italy, Regini. They just take him to a police center and they beat him till he was died, and they throw him on the street. And later on, the Italian government find out, but Egyptian people who were killed and burned on like 3,000 people in one time. Nobody fight for them. Nobody talk about, like in Europe. Human Rights Watch make a very big report about it, and it's kind of war crime. It's not small thing. It's 3,000 people in 1 hour, and they burn a lot of them. And he till today he's on his seat. He's a president, and some of like he do a lot of business with Germany. He do a lot of business with the U.S. He do a lot of business with Macron in France. He's not doing business. He's buying military weapons from them to keep them silent. And once they get the money from Egypt, they're okay. It's okay. What happened? Yeah, who's Egyptian? Yeah, who care? Who care? He kills them. Who care? Who keeps them in prison? Who care? He's giving us money. That's good. Then we meet him. No, they are not doing anything about it.
And also the same person just has a comment that is very nice, that you look at other people's situation like you, so you're not selfish. And we are almost finished, and I would like to say that I totally support 100%. And I'm very happy that we have this conversation. I think a lot more things could have been done. Yeah. So again, a reminder, I'm pretty sure that now you are very curious and you really want to buy this book. Yeah. And just where can people buy this book? I think is important.
Definitely. So Alle dagen has been published by Soul Food Comics. It's a comics publishing house, and it can be found in all bookshops, comic book stores in the Netherlands, but also regular bookshops. And if you don't see it there, you can tell them to order it, and they have access to the central book distribution system, and they can order it for you. For all the Corona people staying at home, you can order it online on bol.com, or even better, you can also contact your local bookshop, and some of them have deals that they can send it to you by post as well. If you want a very special signed copy by us, you can also contact us directly at B.Carrot. .nl.
Yeah. Also Saied story on Facebook.
Saied story on Facebook.
So we will share all these links, I guess.
Exactly. There's an image somewhere with some links and information.
And as great activists that you are working in future projects. So now it's just 1 minute left. If you want to say, what is your next projects for us to be excited about?
Quick. 2 words. Yeah. Do you have something you would like to say that you're working on?
No, I'm still fighting for Egypt to remove this the military regime from there. This is what I'm busy with all the time until the end of my life, or until we succeed and we remove them. That's it.
B.Carrot.
B.Carrot is in the beginning process of a new book, and the topic is the right to abortion, which is very, how do you say it, actual, or of our time, seeing as what happens in Poland these days and other countries. It will take a while because it's comics, but it's happening.
Thank you so much. Yes, Saied.
Last thing. Oh. The group that I mentioned in that making mask, it's called Brent Rights. So you can also buy mask and support them if you buy the mask they made, and this money goes to them because they are not allowed to work or to do anything. So if it's called Brent Rights.
Prince Right.
Brent Rights. Yeah.
So let's all keep informed, and let's not be bystanders, and let's change the situation. Right.
So.
Thank you. Thank you, OT Radio, for this time.
Thank you.
Ciao.